Welcome to the Getting Started video for LOGIQ Vision series. Your LOGIQ Vision series devices have been built for simplicity and ease of use, while providing clinical usefulness, all of it delivered at an affordable price. In this instructional video, you'll learn about the following key aspects. 1. Powering up the device. 2. Console layout and overview. 3. Connecting probes. 4. A tour of the control panel. 5. Starting a patient exam and conducting a 2D exam. 6. Using some frequently used key functions. 7. Using key imaging modes and ending an exam. LOGIQ is a trademark of General Electric Company or one of its subsidiaries. 1. Powering up the device. As step 1, please ensure that the device is connected to the power source. To connect, insert the power cord into the appropriate power-in slot, located in the back of the device, and secure in place using the clamp. Push the circuit breaker switch, located just above the power cord slot, to the on position. Use caution to ensure that the power cable does not disconnect during system use. If the system is accidentally unplugged, data may be lost. Turning the device around, locate the Power On/Off key located at the top left hand of the keyboard panel. Press this key to switch on the system. The system boots up and the status is seen on the display monitor. Please note that to switch off the device after use, you can press the same power key and answer the on-screen dialog that may be displayed to confirm the action. Your LOGIQ Vision series systems comes with a 15-inch flat LCD screen monitor, providing good display of images and system information. The monitor position can be adjusted for easy viewing. You can rotate, tilt, and flip the monitor up and down. 2. Console layout and overview. As you can see, LOGIQ Vision series are very compact systems with small but stable physical footprint. The height of the console is designed in such a way that it fits the Gaussian distribution of human heights, i.e., the majority of the users are likely to find the height of the console suitably comfortable for their usage while seated. Weighing less than 45 kilograms, LOGIQ Vision series systems are easy to maneuver and move around. It has 2 active probe ports located at the right-hand side, and an additional parking probe port to secure the connector of the third probe. Directly above, you will find 3 integrated cable hooks. A cable tray is available for better cable management for the probes. You also have a USB port, HDMI port, and space for a printer attachment. 3. Connecting a probe. A probe can be connected at any time, regardless of whether the console is powered on or off. Do ensure that the probe ports are not active by placing the system on image freeze mode. When you first receive the probe, the transducer cable may be wrapped in a protective plastic cover that can be removed at your discretion. Do not allow the probe head to hang free or dangle, as any impact could cause irreparable damage. Insert the probe connector into the probe port with the tail of the cable facing towards the front of the system. Once the probe is connected to the system, there are 2 hooks found under the control panel that can be used for cable management. When the probe is connected, it is automatically activated. In this manner, 2 probes can stay simultaneously connected to the 2 active probe ports. A third probe can be secured on the third cable hook and inserted into the non-active parking port. Whenever this third probe needs to be used, simply switch the connector of this probe with one of the 2 active probes. Four. Control panel tour. The controls on the keyboard control panel are grouped together by function into logical zones, thus helping enhance ease of use. Starting at the extreme left is Workflow Zone, which is organized sequentially according to the operator's exam workflow. Just below the Workflow Zone are the Scan Coach keys that help access the online scan guidance tool. The ultrasonography zone contains the controls used most frequently during the ultrasound examination, including the trackball. As you can see, the B mode knob is bigger in size than the other mode keys to make it easily visible and accessible. Just above the ultrasonography zone is the alphanumeric keyboard zone, which enables the selection of text input and auxiliary functions. There are 4 user-defined keys located on the right of the alphanumeric keyboard. They are labeled U1 through U4 and can be configured to support purchased options or additional functions. Above the alphanumeric keyboard is a top row of 5 knobs that are referred to as the top menu or on-screen menu controls. Each of these keys controls a corresponding imaging parameter displayed on the screen. The menu of imaging parameters, which is displayed on the screen, is dynamic and depends upon the specific imaging mode being used. The list of imaging parameters associated with a given imaging mode can be longer than 5. Hence, the up-down key to the extreme right of the top menu keys labeled are used to access the next set of 5 parameters available. The TGC zone is located here, on the left-hand side of the alphanumeric keyboard. The keys on the control panel, excluding the alphanumeric and user-defined keys, have backlighting. To make it easy and fast to access these frequently used functions, the freeze, print, and store keys are conveniently placed so as to locate them quickly and to help reduce hand movement during the exam. 5. Starting patient exam and 2D imaging. Press the power key to switch on the device. The system will boot up to live scanning mode. For starting a new exam for a new patient, LOGIQ Vision series systems have a simplified, single information screen that is displayed when the Patient Preset button is pressed. This button allows the user to quickly access all of the following on a single screen, without any additional navigation screens or keystrokes. 1. Enter patient information. 2. Select probe to be deployed. 3. Select application to be used. 4. Select the desired preset. 5. Click Scan and start scanning in B mode. Begin an exam by entering new patient information. Patient information can be entered by pressing the Patient Preset key in the workflow zone. All fields are not mandatory. The patient ID is the minimum field that needs to be completed when creating a new patient. The system generates a new patient ID for every new patient scan. You can either retain the same or overwrite with your self-defined patient ID. The patient's unique ID and the associated name is retained with each image associated with the given patient exam. The Tab key or the trackball and Set key can be used to toggle to the next field. To start a new exam for an existing patient, you can go to the archive and search for the patient using name or ID. In case you happen to enter a patient ID in the Patient Preset screen that already exists in the archive, the system displays a dialog box that allows you to directly go to the archive. Once you have found the desired patient from the existing database, you can press the Scan button on the lower left-hand side of the screen to start a new exam. When you end the exam or do a permanent store, the images and patient exam information get saved under the same patient in the same or new folder depending on the exam date. Trackball. The trackball supports multiple functions. Hence, for clarity, the active function is displayed in the lower right-hand corner of the display screen. Trackball functionality is labeled on the display. As an example, to activate new functionality for the trackball, press the Scan Area key adjacent to the trackball. If there are more than 2 functions assigned to a single key, the selected function is highlighted. Description of 2D scanning. Let's review the use of ultrasonography zone on the control panel for 2D scanning. As you will notice, there are 2 circular functional zones surrounding the trackball. The outer zone contains the mode keys. You may activate the mode function by pressing and adjust the gain by rotating the knob. If you find an image that meets your clinical requirements and you wish to store the acquisition to the archive, you have the ability to store a loop or a still frame. When scanning, the Store key will default to store a moving loop. You will see a thumbnail appear at the bottom of the monitor. If you freeze the image and then press the Store key, a still image will be stored to the archive. The print key is configured to print an image from a printer that is set up with the system. Manual and automated controls to adjust the image are available. To adjust the frequency of this grayscale image, use the first knob on the primary menu. Depending on the selected transducer, harmonics will be indicated when you see CHI above the frequency display on the monitor. Auto Optimize can be activated by pressing the AO key on the control panel. To toggle between the two connected probes, press the Switch Probe key, which is next to the Patient key in the workflow zone. If you wish to save any of the changes you make to the image parameters, you can use the User Preset key to overwrite changes to the saved settings or create a new user preset. 6. Frequently used functions. Focus. Focus position moves focal zones. The focus marker should be placed at the lower half of the display depth or below the organ of interest. Using the up-down keys on the right of the primary menu, you can find additional parameters that can be adjusted. The focus number control can be found on page 2 of the top menu. Focus number increases the number of focal zones, so you can tighten imaging beam up to a specific area. Adjust the position and number of focal zones by using the up-down keys of the focus marker and focus number key. Depth. Let's review additional controls to adjust images. The knob on the right of the keyboard enables the depth function. This can be rotated clockwise or anti-clockwise to increase or decrease the depth. The depth knob also supports the B-steer functionality. For the inner keys surrounding the trackball, the following function keys for comments, body patterns, measurement, zoom ellipse, and MD cursor are provided. Prior to scanning, no information is displayed on the left of the screen. However, the comments related to the current application will be displayed in the upper left screen once activated. You may add text by using the trackball to select predefined text or typing on the keyboard directly. The body pattern function will be activated by pressing the body pattern knob. The body pattern will automatically be selected based on the active application used for imaging on the left of the screen. A window will appear in the upper left hand of the screen. If a different application is desired, simply use the trackball and select More at the top of the menu. The probe marker is also displayed as a green indicator on this body pattern. Rotate the body pattern knob to adjust the direction of the probe marker. The Measure key activates the measurement menu that adjusts with the respective application and mode. The desired calculation can be enabled after moving the cursor to the measurement zone and selecting the parameters to be measured. The measurement results can be displayed through the Worksheet key in the Workflow zone or the Worksheet tab within the measurement menu. This key over here can be rotated to activate zoom and then adjust the level of magnification desired. The region of interest box size can be adjusted using the Scan Area key and trackball. Use the trackball to pan the image. The reference image is available on the left-hand side of the monitor when zooming. The Zoom knob also supports the ellipse function in the measure mode. It can be pressed and rotated to adjust the size of the ellipse. The MD cursor key can be used to activate the cursor in M mode and Doppler mode. Adjust this cursor using the trackball to bring it to the approximate position before activating the M mode or Doppler mode. 7. Imaging modes and end exam. Color flow. Color Doppler can be activated by pressing the CF key. The gain for color Doppler can be increased or decreased by rotating the same CF knob. To adjust the size of the region of interest, press Scan Area and modify using trackball. When the size is adjusted, press Scan Area again. To set the position of the region of interest, you can use the trackball. To increase or decrease the color scale, use key 5 of the primary menu. To return to black and white imaging, simply press the B mode key. Pulse wave imaging. Let's demonstrate pulse wave imaging. Press the MD cursor to activate the Doppler cursor and use the trackball to adjust the position. When the cursor is in the approximate position, press the PW mode key to activate the Doppler spectrum. Use the baseline function knob on the top menu to adjust the position of the spectral baseline. This is one example of the manual adjustments possible for PW. The Auto Optimize feature combines some of these steps into one. To activate Auto Optimize while in PW mode, press the AO key, located just below the B mode key. PW measure. In PW mode, the measurement menu adjusts with the respective application and mode. A cursor will appear on the screen once the measurement function is activated. The function is enabled after moving the cursor to the measurement zone and selecting the parameters to be measured manually. Exam. We've now completed several basic components of the system during an exam. If the exam is now completed, you can choose to view the worksheet containing all the measurements obtained during the study and then end the exam. Review. To review clinical images stored during the exam, press the active image icon on the lower right side of the display. You can toggle between pages by selecting the page key. If after these steps the examination is complete, you can press the End Exam key in the workflow zone of Control Panel to end the exam. How to use Archive. Recorded images, comments, and measurement information can be reviewed through the archive. The post-processing and measuring of original data can also be conducted by recalling these images. You can go to the configuration screen by pressing the Utility key at the bottom of the keyboard. The Utility key also has additional functionality for information such as hospital name, language, date, time, measure, and connectivity. This ends the Getting Started video. For more details, please contact your local application specialist in